with the Drake flow. Rap stance with the Draco. Say you don't wanna have beef, but you'll do it if I say so. Steph Curry with the free throw, running things like Rico. Say he don't wanna fight me, you scared, homie, we know. Transform like Kylie Jenner, to the money like Tay Spencer. Handmade, I'm a breadwinner. Pockets deep, I'm a big spender.
Welcome back. We are 7 weeks out and we are all in with number 7. So very, very fitting. Another solo session as well. I think there will be a lot more solo sessions going in to the lead up to the final products, which is going on stage, obviously. The reason for that is training with someone is great, but while I'm in prep, I do not want to be having a bit of an ego competition with anyone like that. So I just want to kind of make sure I'm sticking to my own training, knowing when to like push it and when to pull it back a little bit. So there might be another special guest at some point, but at the moment I'm going to keep these solo sessions right up till prep. So we are in for pool day, and a little update from 10 weeks out. Things have started to get a little bit harder. We've dropped about 3 kilos in this period as well, so a good amount of weight loss off. I'm starting to see my physique really, really change now, and it's becoming like daily and weekly changes at the moment, so it's really, really good. I'm feeling good, like I'm feeling confident as well, which is like, I think a really, really important thing to have in your physique and prep. Like I feel like we're on time as well, if not a little bit ahead of time, which is great. If we weren't ahead of time, I'd be panicking. And then when you start panicking, you start getting stressed out, and that's when your physique goes to shit. So we're en route, everything's on plan. So let's have an awesome pool day and we'll see what content we bring. Anyway, right, so we are doing, we are doing pool day today, and our first exercise is going to be a wide grip pull down. You might notice that our attachment here is very different to the standard pull down bar. Okay, so we're using the gym pin attachment, and then we're also using the CAS handles at the side of it. The reason we're using this is because we can adapt our wrist to follow our path of movement when we're pulling down, because when we're adjusting our wrist, it's also adjusting our elbow, and that's also going to be adjusting where we're feeling our body parts taking it. So either upper back, we'll have to have our elbows slightly flared out. If we're doing our lats, we'd bring our elbows in a bit. So having this adaptability on our wrist is amazing for that, compared to having just a straight fixed bar, which is just going to be not designed for everyone, and sometimes can be a bit counterproductive in trying to get that connection.
I'm a legend, I'm a fixer, painting portraits, get the picture like the paper, not the swisher. I'm your elder, call me mister. Y'all should probably do the math. I done been to hell and back. Remo had me in the ass. White boys hitting dabs. Went from dummy to your girl probably bumped me. Thoughts of things, turn a 5 to dime. Nothing to something, it's a classic tale like that.
Falling in love with this movement, like since I've had this attachment, it's been a game changer to it. I like having the fixed barbell for me just wasn't like aligning up properly with me. But now I've had a little change like this, it's amazing. So gym pin, shameless plug, get one of those for your like gym bag if you're training and your gym doesn't have one of these. You don't have to have these handled, a normal D handle will do. But if you want to spend out and you want to have the best, like sometimes what I do, then look at getting these handles. They're from Prime, they're pretty awesome. These are actually copies, so they're a bit cheaper, but they're just as good. So we're not logbooking at the moment, like in prep, like I've said previously at the moment. The reason is logbooking causes a bit of stress, a lot of external pressure trying to get those numbers. And also, I don't want to be trying to fight absolutely everything just to try and get a rep, whereas I'm probably actually not using the muscle to its full ability. I'm probably trying to use momentum and so on like that. So I've cut all that out. I'm just going with the flow of this session. And if there's a rep there, I'm going to go for it with the best form. If it's not, then I don't need to worry about it. And it's not going to piss me off going into the next session. So let's get it. Oh. Whew. Oh, the only problem with that is with getting lighter, I feel like the weight is almost too heavy, like pulling me out of the chair. So I'm having to really, really dig myself in. So that's probably when having a partner would be good. Someone to hold me by the hips, say sweet nothings into my ear while I'm doing that sets would be lovely. But I haven't got that today, so I'm just gonna have to imagine it. This is my life right now, literally. I'm starting to find my dogs annoying in prep, which I never thought I'd be like that. Most of the time they're cute, but Jesus, they just keep going and going. Anyway, new tees, all in tees. Got a few left, so if you're interested in them, drop me a comment below on the YouTube or just give me a message on Instagram and let's get you a freaky anabolic oversized t-shirt. Will increase your gains by 25%, I reckon. Here we are again. I'm Slim Shadiest, I'm the real Shady. How are we on? What have we done this week? 3 pairs of Louis shoes, daddy shoes, yeah. one of those straps as well. Fucking God, this is what I'd do with you if I could. But the problem is, he's so freaking cute. He'll get better. He's just going through that testing teenage years. It's crazy, mate, isn't it? It just shows, I think the biggest thing is, to be honest, it's just work ethic. Like, you just got to work your ass off, and you got to realize that it's going to be a good amount of time when you're going to be working for a good couple of years, if not 3 or 4, with no money coming in, working your ass off, thinking, is this worth it? Having to get like support wherever you can. But if you carry on, you'll prosper massively. Like, it's like this gym, it's a 3rd year now, it's just starting to really pick up traction. So if you are into something and you know that there's an opportunity of that going good and you're good in it and you're passionate about it, there's going to be someone else passionate about it, all right? Because everyone's connected. So work hard, show your passion, go online. Don't just be limited to your local area. Go abroad and like be online and showcase and get other people's inputs, and you'll grow like hell and you'll do well. So we are doing a pull down now. We're on the Gymshot pull down, which is like a replica of the Nautilus Explode. Love this machine. We're pulling from this angle here. Probably seen this in my previous videos. The big thing we want to focus on here is getting ourselves right from the ground out, locked in. You'll see me literally almost doing a calf extension here, so glued in. I'm holding the handles unilaterally. I'm guiding up with where I'm pulling from. So I'm leaning over to this side or that side, depending on what arm I'm doing. And also I'm making sure that I'm working with the weight I can work with. I am not forcing the weight down and crunching my chest down, trying to get that rep. Because as soon as I change my diaphragm and bring it down, I'm coming off my lats, okay? So when you're doing your lats, keep your chest up and glued and just bring that elbow down. The only thing that's moving is the arm, not rotating that body to get that rep. If you're starting to do that and you're trying to get every rep like that, the weight is too heavy for you and that set is already over, okay? So don't cheat the weight, use a weight you can do and stop using your ego.
Get on my way, I need space to get the fake car. Get on my way, I need space, I'm about to take on. Get on my way, yeah, the frequency been way up, way up. Get on my way, it's too easy, it's a layup. Get on my way, I need space to get the fake car.
Always do your weaker side first and do unilateral movements. I think that's a big thing. Like people say, oh, one side's stronger than the other. Yeah, you're going to have that. You're going to be right-handed, you're going to have a stronger leg and so on. So go for that weaker side prior to it, and then match it with the numbers on the stronger arm, and you should be okay. Unless you've got crazy muscle imbalances, I really wouldn't worry about it. Put these away, shall we? Set the example in the gym. So 3rd exercise, we are onto the Polaris upper back row here. So in the term upper back row, so what do we do to make sure this is an upper back movement? We'll probably put our elbows, like I always say, out to the side here. And what we really want to focus on here is our shoulder blades, our scapula. What happens with this now? So we want to be able to protract our scapula. So come forward, let your arms come in front of you. And then we want to basically retract, bring them back and almost trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, okay, to get that full range of movement when we're doing our upper back. Like I've always said as well, this changes to a lat pull down, because a lat pull down, we're only letting our elbow rise up to a certain period and then coming back down. We're not going fully lengthened out like we do in our upper back. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
From the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, big bouncing. We does it big up in it, big bouncing. Stacks and in up in it, big bouncing.
You're an adulterist and you're a liar. So 7 weeks now, not long. So we're just literally got a refeed today. Well, we had a refeed yesterday, and we've got a off-plan meal tonight, which is really cool. So the reason for that was the dieting in the last 2 weeks has been really good, really productive. A lot has taken off, changing very quickly. But we just started to notice some factors that needed to be addressed, which was I was running very flat in photos. My sleep has been affected now. I'm waking up at like random times in the night, waking up at like 5 in the morning, like a light. General mood feeling a bit more drained as well as. So bringing in a refeed to kind of like get rid of that stress, keep that metabolism going is a good thing to do, but it's timing it perfectly. Too many people take a refeed or have like a off-plan meal when they don't need it. And this is, me and my coach spoke about this, and we determined this is the right time to do it, right where we need to do it, because then we can do one more before we need to go on stage as well. So yeah, good timing for that. And then sushi tonight, which I'm super excited for.
I am so buzzed for Louis to do this competition. I know how excited he has been. He's worked hard for this. He wanted to do it 3 years ago. However, he couldn't because he was setting up the gym. He has created a fantastic gym, mainly because of me. But I'm super, super excited to see how he gets on, and he's coming back.
Doing a rear delt exercise, and then we're going to do some biceps just to finish off with. And we'll just go upstairs. I've got to take some photos, post, refeed to my coach, so we'll have a look at how we're looking upstairs, get a bit of an update. Just doing some rear delts here, so I'm actually doing a single arm again, just because the rear delt of here, I find if I do something unilateral I can connect a lot better with it. So normally I'll do like a dual arm coming across, but just to get a little bit more of a connection with my rear delt, I'm literally just going for a single arm. I'm pushing my arm out as if I'm punching, and I'm just coming out to the side, literally going from down to where my shoulder blade, so plane down to slightly lower. I'm not coming all the way down here because that will change the muscle root, but just literally just in line with where my shoulder is, and that will really hit your rear delt.
Back from the properties, yeah. When the sun go down, when the sun go down, yeah. When the sun go down, that's when the beasts come alive in the nighttime. When the sun go down, when the sun go down, yeah. When the sun go down, that's when the beasts come alive in the nighttime. This is not a guessing game.
Have you seen my new shoes, by the way, everyone? So I've got some relatively new shoes because Ronnie has chewed up all of my shoes recently. 3 pairs actually, even one of my Crocs. Nightmare. So I've gone for, they look spacky as hell. Well, there's a reason for them being spacky as hell. These are the Fivo barefoot, so they're literally like the closest thing to being walking on your barefoot. For me, my feet are horrendous. If you talk to Katie, she'll tell you how bad my feet are. They're like curved in, basically. I've almost like got like bunions from just wearing trainers that are too small for me over years. And you're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have like natural space between your feet. You're supposed to be like, have feet like a baby almost. But mine are like that from years of wearing tight shoes. I've got wide feet as well. So these are supposed to be the best thing. They don't have a little curvature at the top. And apparently if you wear these for 6 months, apparently you will have your foot strength increased by 60% over 6 months. And if I can get increased foot strength, that can be more drive when I'm pushing and doing my legs and get a better connection with my legs. So that's the reason for me getting them. So for me, I'm not logging at the moment anyway, but even in off season, I will not log my biceps because I think we can get so obsessed with chasing load, we can lose our connection with the biceps. And I think with things like biceps, your calves, your abs and so on like that, train them hard. Yes, do not be a pussy when you're training them, but just go until you get to your failure point or until you get that perfect pump and so on like that. And like confuse it, do drop sets, add intensifiers in there as well. But make sure you're getting your connection with your biceps. So many times a lot of guys have got tiny biceps because predominantly they're using their shoulders to get it forward and lift it up, okay? Let's get stability there, let's get our alignment right, and your biceps will grow massively. And with this, I've got stability because I'm breaking into a bench. I'm not just like kind of doing it on my own, so I can really focus on my bicep and getting the most work here. I've got my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist all in line, and it's such a nice connection here with my bicep.
This race, lyrics burning like it's mace. Doing shows, I change up my flow. My talent is something that you can't erase. Say you #1 in your city, I just came up in it and I take your place. I cannot mess with these rappers, can you back up out of my personal space? I'm #1 in this race. Lyrics burning like it's mace. Doing shows, I change up my flow. My talent is something that you can't erase.
Probably be some gurus out there saying that this exercise, oh, it's not good. It's not really challenging yourself in the shortened or lengthened range. Do you know what? I get a bang on connection with this exercise and I love it. And that's all that really matters. And I've noticed my biceps growing, so don't get caught up in everything online. Train hard. Don't get caught up in shortened and lengthened ranges at the moment. Know a bit of knowledge obviously to help your training, but just fucking train hard and be mindful of if you're feeling shit, don't train to failure. If you're having a bad day, don't go to full out failure and all sorts. Just think and just be logical with your training. You don't have to get caught up in everything. That is for like the top 5% if we're talking about all these short and length and ranges and everything else, okay? As much as I'm a new school, old school type of guy, I feel like I'm in the mix of in between. Don't get carried on with all the nuisance online with people trying to sell shit or trying to make you go into one camp or the other camp. Just enjoy training and get good at it and get strong.
Got a deal, I ain't talking about pickles. I feel like the man in the middle. Yeah, my career is official. I'm spreading out like a ripple. You be riding in a rental. Yeah, my swag is monumental. Get to the point like a pencil. Kill every single instrumental. Say you
different. So I actually got this from Kelvin Heend, who came down a couple of weeks ago actually, who competed in Tampa. He's an IFBB pro. We had a little session together, and it's so nice to train with someone more experienced, been in the game a lot longer than you. Like, I think I know quite a lot of stuff, but when you train with someone who's been there and training for another 10, 15 years longer than you, is an IFBB pro, top of the game, came third on Tampa this weekend. You pick up stuff and you learn things. And this was a nice little finisher that we did for biceps. And I would have never done anything like this before, but I really like it. And it's a good little intensifier just to finish off the biceps. So give it a go when you're next in. So we are just finishing off. We are going to do some photo updates because I had a refeed yesterday. So we just want to see how we're looking post refeed. So I'm going to send that over to my coach Kev, and we'll just have a little play around. I might try a little bit of posing. Yeah, and that'll be it. I think we'll probably do one more video of like what I'm looking like next time we do it in like 5 weeks out, and then we'll probably cut out all the cameras and updates on physique until near show day, just to give a bit more of a wham. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the solo number 7 at 7 weeks out. Always good to get on with Harry, and yeah, tune in for the next one where we'll be even closer to show day.
You don't always get to choose in this life, win and lose in this life, but I'ma prove in this life we can move in this life. Can't change up, my team too real, so we stay up. Yeah, this is our year, can't change up. My team too real, so we stay up. Yeah, this is our year, can't change up. My team too real, so we stay up. Yeah, this is our year, can't change up. My team too real, so we stay up. Yeah, this is our year, yes. Everyone down for the mission, everyone down.